It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over a decade, and now we've created an easy way for you to do the same thing through our private ticket resale community. Joining our community will give you a way to flip your bread and generate profit income consistently. We provide you with all the tools, training, and resources needed to start your life-changing online ticket business. Zero experience needed. To join our ticket resale community, go to thetickettrap.com. Again, go to thetickettrap.com. That's thetickettrap.com.
There it is. We are here doing that late night tap in, getting it cracking like we get it cracking. How y'all living, man? Everybody piled on in the room. I'm here. A lot of folks are wondering how come I haven't done the late night tap ins a couple of nights. Sometimes you gotta rest up and handle other kind of business. But I'm here. What's going on, man? Glad to have everybody tuning in. Waiting on everybody to pile on in the room on this lovely midweek night. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Keep on keeping on. Keep your head up. You're halfway through the week. You're going to be good. Shout out to all the regulars in the room. Much respect to you. What's up, Harriet Tubman's Pistol? Shout out to the family. What's up, Nathaniel? And everybody else in here. A few things we're going to touch on. I'm going to try not to be on too late. I always say that, then, be on here for 3 hours. I don't want to do that. But I do want to chop up some game about some things. By the way, the new version of Microphone Check will be out shortly. We're doing a revised version. We're doing a lot of editing, removing a lot of things, replacing a lot of things, sewing up a lot of loose ends. So we're getting that together. So we're decolonizing a lot of things. I'll just put it that way. But we're doing a revised version of Microphone Check. It'll be up on certain platforms soon. We pretty much revised it. We're still just tightening up some things so that we won't be sabotaged with our film. But everybody come on in the room. First, I got to talk about the story that everybody's talking about, the brutal lynching of the sister Sonya Massey out there in, I want to say, Springfield, Illinois. And everybody has seen that surveillance video of the race soldiers brutally executing this innocent black woman in her home. That was a very vile and brutal execution that we need to be making more noise about. Somebody, what was it? Nick Young, was it Swaggy P? I think it was him who said Team USA needs to be saying something. You overseas or wherever in the Olympics playing basketball, the team, somebody needs to say something. I kind of agree. We don't need to be out here acting like everything is hunky-dory when you have a violent execution like that happening in this day and age. That's a very vile thing to happen. And the way it was done, it was so callous and cold-blooded. We can't sit up here and act like this is some type of lone wolf behavior. See, when something like this happens, people want to stop lollygagging and people want to get serious. See, this is why when it comes to dealing with white supremacy, we stay on that. We stay with that front and center because that is the biggest problem. And then some people complain to us about race baiting and, oh, you talk too much about white supremacy. We don't talk enough about it. You understand? And it shouldn't just be me. We got a very big problem with systematic white supremacy and violent white supremacists. That is a problem. Ignoring that problem, letting these people take your eye off the ball, that's not going to make the problem go away. Yeah? Just regulating that or relegating it to people like me and other influencers to have us just talk about it where everybody else is partying and BSing, that ain't gonna cut it. See, there's a reason why you have the politicians on both sides running around. The Democrats and the Republicans, they do this, doing speeches talking about how America's not a racist country. Kamala did that, remember? Kamala was on that America's not a racist country. And they had the Republicans just doing that last week, doing their speeches and bringing out Tim Scott and some of these buck dancing buffoons to talk about how America is not a racist country. So they want to do this propaganda thing to give the impression that we are white supremacy free, in which we are not. Just this week alone, we've seen videos of white supremacists parading around cities with white supremacist signs, calling black children the N word. We got that. We got all of these instances happening that's showing vile white supremacy. There was just a video that came out today. A judge, I forgot what this was. It was a judge, and it was some kind of private high school party or something, and they were on somebody's lawn. It wasn't even the judge's lawn, and she was like yelling, "Y'all get out of here. Get out of here right now. And if they're trespassing, you can shoot them." So they're trying to get this judge removed for yelling at all these black kids who were at some kind of party. So we got vile white supremacy out here, and we got to keep our eyes on it. And again, the way they did that, sister, these two suspected white supremacist race soldiers went in the crib all casually, kind of shooting the breeze, and then they saw an opportunity to escalate the situation to take that sister out. And they deliberately tried to create an escalation scenario. This is what we talk about all the time, how these race soldiers will deliberately try to escalate a situation to justify harming a black person. But the way this guy did it was so damn scandalous. They can't say that it was any form of self-defense. And for what I understand, the guy lied, saying that the sister came at him with a boiling pot of water. That didn't happen. That was like a cold, callous, premeditated murder. And this is the thing. We pointed out that those race soldiers had these tattoos that were associated with white supremacist groups. Both of them did. The one filming, the main one filming, which was the second officer, he had a tattoo, and a lot of people didn't catch this until I pointed it out. That's the Viking calendar. It's that Norse god mythology that the Nazis and all these people, they've adopted. So when you see these Viking calendars or these little Viking tattoos referring to some type of Norse um, type of mythology, that's white supremacy. That's all you need to know. It's just some white supremacist gibberish. And the officer, Sean something, I forgot his last name, but the one who actually did the execution, he got these Totenkopf skull tattoos all on his arm, which are associated with the neo-Nazis and white supremacist groups. So this thing, to be honest, it looked like some kind of white supremacist initiation thing where they're moving up in the ranks within these white supremacist groups. Because you got to understand what they do, these white supremacist groups, in order to kind of move into certain ranks and to gain the trust of certain members and to get in certain circles within these groups, you got to take out a black person. And especially if you're in law enforcement, and understand law enforcement has a lot of these white supremacist groups. That's why when you see these guys, these white supremacist groups marching around in cities, they're with the police. That's why nothing never happens to them. They get out here and do all types of hate crimes and hate speech, which is what's interesting. When it's hate speech against black people, it's freedom of speech. Now, if a black person says, "Hey, this Asian man just bumped into me," oh, whoops, whoop, whoop, that's a hate crime. Stop Asian hate. You see, if a black person gets into an argument with an Asian person and you just say the word Asian, or you just argue with them, that's a damn hate crime. Ain't no freedom of speech. But these people sit up here and yell the N word and attack black folks, and whoops, that was freedom of speech. You see. So it looks like the execution of that sister, that was some kind of white supremacist initiation. Just like old girl down in Dallas, the white girl who got the white lady, what's her name, who went to jail in Dallas for Bolton John, who went in his apartment and executed him. We pointed out that her and her brother, they were taking pictures, and her brother was throwing up some of them white supremacist hand signs. So it looks like that was part of one of these little rituals. See, the thing is, if they want to move up in the ranks, and part of that is offing a black person, they got to do it in a very scandalous way. Just like out here in California, they got like these deputy gangs, like the executioners and all of these people who actually move up in the ranks if they off a black person. They get like tattoos if they off a black person to commemorate them offing a black person. It's real heavy, man. We got to stop playing with that. And these are people that our tax dollars are being used to so-called protect us, and they're getting incentivized for offing us. So the thing is, to be a part of these little white supremacist deputy gangs and police gangs, and if the rules are they got to take out a black person, they have to do it in a very cold way, like hit a soft target, like go up in a black woman's house and she's by herself and then escalate the situation and then take her out. Not dirty that was the way they did it. This sister, Sonya, she called for help because she thought there was an intruder in her house. They ended up offing her, and they did it real scandalous. They have to do it that way because they can't really get at a person who's in the middle of a real crime. If a black person is in the middle of a crime, you can't just off them like that because usually there's going to be too many other units looking out for that person. So if a black person is committing a crime, let's say a black person robbed a liquor store, somebody's going to call 911, and there's going to be different units from the entire area looking for that person. So if you catch that person, uh, you don't know who's a part of the other units. Y'all might not be from the same exact department. They might be from another station or whatever. So you can't just pull off that execution right then and there. In some cases they can. But in a lot of cases, there's going to be a lot of eyes coming from all different areas. So the white supremacists got to be careful with that. There's too many eyes on them. But if it's a scenario where it's just one or two officers and they go into somebody's house, they don't have to coordinate the lie that much. It's their word against the victims who's already been offed. So they can get away with it more so, you see, doing these little cold, calculated, scandalous executions. So again, we got to understand there's white supremacist groups within law enforcement, and this is why they're pulling this stuff off. We've been saying this for the longest. Um, this is why black folks, if our political structure is not putting out a crime bill that protects us, then we should not be supporting. Because I see a lot of people using this scenario talking about, oh, well, when Trump get in office, Trump is going to give all officers immunity. Well, the thing is, man, hell, the Biden administration, who are the cops they're prosecuting on a federal level when they harm us? The Biden administration, they're giving them immunity. They've already given them immunity. Now, Kamala Harris put up a statement about the situation with Sonya Massey, talking about there's going to possibly be some kind of DOJ investigation. Let's see. Then they start talking about the George Floyd Policing Act that they never passed. They've been talking about that for 4 years. They never passed it. You understand? But boy, that Stop Asian Hate stuff, boy, they pass stuff at the drop of a hat. And again, that George Floyd Policing Act, the language needs to be more specific, and they just need to revamp it and do something else. To be honest, we just need an anti-black hate crime bill. Yeah, we need an anti-black hate crime bill. That's what we need. And they're not prosecuting anybody. See, this is why we got to be very careful about who we support. Because here's the thing, on a excuse me, That whole police department needs to be investigated. That whole police department needs to be investigated. This is not a one-off. For them to do a murder like that, that whole police department in Springfield, Illinois, it needs to be dismantled, investigated, the whole nine. But this is the bigger picture. We see how all of these people get on code with each other. For them to offer sister the way they did, um, that means we, as a 43 million deep black community, we got to get on code. We have to start acting as law enforcement. You understand? That's what it's going to have to be. We got to be law enforcement. We have to uphold the law. We have to start saying you're not going to sit here and execute and lynch people, and then the people who are supposed to protect us and produce justice, you're sitting here protecting race soldiers and murderers. We're going to have we're going to have to act as a form of law enforcement. Let's be real. With these vile white supremacists that's running amok, that has infiltrated law enforcement, that pull off these cowardly executions on innocent black men, black women, and black children, the reality is the only people who's going to stop that are black men. Black men is going to have to stop that. Malcolm X said that years ago. To stop all of these police lynchings and race soldier lynchings, the only people who's going to stop that are black men, particularly foundational black American men. The black American descendants of freedmen. We're the only ones who's going to stop that. That's the long and short of it. Because it's us who are the main targets, our families and our children who are the main targets. We are the protectors of these people. The white community is not going to stop it. As you see, many of them, they damn near justify the sister getting off like that. And they're very quiet about it. They get on code and they just shut the hell up and get real quiet about it. The dominant white society, they're not making no noise about that. They're not making no noise about that vile execution, shooting an innocent black woman in her home like that for nothing. You know, the way they did it was scandalous. None of these women groups, notice that? None of these white women's groups talking about women's rights, because I want y'all to understand, white women, they put race before gender. You get some of these bedwenches out here trying to put gender before race, thinking, well, I'm a woman first. No, the white women don't look at that. They look at race first. They're white women. They're not women who are white. No, no, no. They are white women, white first. Just like the feminist movement, the first wave. Their whole argument, those white feminists, they were like, hey, wait a minute, don't give these Negroes the right to vote before us now. Come on, white man, you get you some act right. Are you a punk? They were punking white men out. That's what that whole early feminist movement was about. These white so-called feminists were just white supremacists. They were punking out the white man. Hey, how y'all gonna let these Negroes make you give them the vote? I thought you were a proud white man. Come on now. They were on that. They've always been white supremacists, always. They put race first. So we got to understand what position we're in, and we're going to have to produce justice. It stops when we say it's going to stop. Yeah, you dig? It stops when we say enough is a damn enough. When we say, hey, this ain't going to cut it, that's when it stops. Yeah? That's why we got to be codified. And that's why we're monitored all the time. They always monitor black men, especially black American men, because they understand where the power and the potential power is. They know the potential power that we have. And they know once we get fed up with stuff, things will turn around. So they always have to monitor and suppress everything we do and infiltrate us all the time. Because they know when we get on code, things gonna get different. Okay? But this sister getting off the way she got off, that's not anything we need to take lightly, especially as black men. You got to be very clear, because you can tell the strength of a community by the way the women are treated. Yeah. When they can treat your women and children any kind of way, that's a major sign of weakness. And there's no get back. Let's look. In the 1960s, let's be very clear. The 60s, see, you had a sacrificial generation. We got to give it up to a lot of the brothers and sisters in the 60s who did a lot of sacrificing for a lot of freedoms that we enjoy. Sometimes you get a generation of people who sacrifice for the next generation. We had that majorly in the 1960s. A lot of brothers were putting in work. Some of them brothers got killed. Some of them brothers are still in jail for putting in work, saying, hey, the next generation, we're going to make sure they're good. We're going to step to these white supremacists and make them stop harming us. Places like Cairo, Illinois, they ran all the white supremacists up out of there by force. In the 60s, man, these brothers were hijacking planes and going to Cuba, Algeria, all of these places. You had these folks hitting up police stations. They were putting in a lot of work. A lot of the riots that happened in the 60s, including the Watch riots and others, why they got started because the word was some black woman got harmed. That's what the Watch riot. The rumor was some brother's mom, the police roughed some dude's mother up, and the hood said, oh, no, no, no. That's not going to fly. Back then, there was a shame if you allowed somebody to harm a woman in your community. There was shame to that. They don't give a damn who it was, race, soldier, anybody. You harm a woman, that's a problem. So you got to do some get back, because the women in the community they'll look at you funny, like, damn, y'all letting these cats come in and harm us and ain't nobody doing nothing. So cats have to step up. In the 60s in Philadelphia, I think there was another situation where a rumor was a pregnant black woman got harmed by some race soldiers. Brothers started getting on the roof sniping. People were putting in work in the 60s. And if you harmed a sister, it was a problem. Going in Texas, there was a big race riot in Texas, early 1900s. The rumor was some white dudes harmed a sister. So some military brothers got them gats and just went around the neighborhood popping at them white supremacists, popping on them. Said, oh no, we not, no, 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 no. We can't just sit up and let black women get harmed and we not do nothing. We're not going, no, 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 no. Got to handle that. Yeah. So we got to understand that the problem won't get fixed until black men fix it. It's a black men thing. Black men are going to have to be on that. And speaking of black men, I see a lot of shaming tactics towards black men with Kamala Harris. A lot of these Democratic shills are running around here talking about um, black men are trying to undermine Kamala Harris. How dare you try to undermine another black woman? Well, Isaac Hayes Jr., he put up a tweet. Let me read his tweet. That's the son of legendary Isaac Hayes. So Isaac Hayes Jr. is out here doing the Democratic shill thing. But let me read his tweet directly about Kamala Harris and black men. Let me read his tweet word for word. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Because I don't want to misquote it. The actual tweet is very interesting. What's the tweet? Where is it? Where is it? He said, or here it is. Black women, FYI to black men. Black women are watching you try and tear down an overqualified black woman for trying to fulfill her purpose, break barriers, and accomplish her dreams. Your mothers, grandmothers, sisters, wives, and daughters would be ashamed of seeing you act like this. You look small, insecure, and weak doing so. Negro, please, first of all, My mama, grandmother, sister, wife, daughters, none of them made tandoori chicken. All right? None of them made curry. None of them made curry and chickpeas. They ain't got nothing to do with black women, foundational black American culture. We don't have to show Kamala Harris the same reverence we show our foundational black American women. The hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all not about to sit around here and portray Kamala Harris as the uh, the epitome of black womanhood. That's not a black woman. That's an East Indian woman. And her dad is Jamaican, and they keep trying to say Afro Jamaican. I don't know what kind of Jamaican he is. He's from that Coley class. What kind of Jamaican is he? I don't what when did I don't see anything about him identifying as black. And definitely not foundational black Americans. We don't have to sit up here and parade her around like she's a part of our lineage. She's not. You're not going to shame us into that. That she's an Indian. That's why they keep trying to, every time she does something constructive, they specify, well, she's Asian/Indian. See, right there, it disqualifies you from being a black woman, but black women and black people, we don't get to pick and choose what race we're going to be each day. See, that's the thing. We got to deal with being black and the ramifications that come with it. You can't go hide and be Asian somewhere. You know, no, that's a part of our culture. You got to deal with it. You got to stand 10 toes down on it. You ain't got no sanctuary. You don't have a racial sanctuary that you can slither to. You can't go put a dot on your head and bowl and put some baklava in the oven. And no, you can't do all that and be something else and go hide off in another community. No, we got to deal with anti-black racism with no sanctuary. Yeah, yeah. They. I told y'all they were going to try the whole Kamala sister girl, black girl magic. Get the hell out of here. And shout out to the black women. A lot of black women are making videos like, hey, I'm a black woman and I do not support Kamala Harris. You don't owe her anything. What the hell do we owe Kamala Harris? This woman told us in our face that she ain't going to do nothing just for black people. I'm not going to do nothing that's only going to benefit black people. No. But she damn sure did something that only benefited Asians. She damn sure did something that only benefited Jewish people. She did stuff that only benefited the LGBT. The white ones, by the way. You see? And y'all trying to talk like we owe her something? Where do we have any Democratic shills in here? I would like for y'all to speak on this. What do we owe Kamala? Any Democratic shills in here? Please talk to us. We don't owe Kamala nothing. And you know what I hate when they try to blacken her up and give her black cred and credentials? They always show these little doctored pictures of her in Selma. Eh, they'll show little doctored pictures, little Photoshop pictures of her walking in front of the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Listen, if Kamala Harris was alive during the 60s, she would have locked everybody up who was on Edmund Pettus Bridge. She would have locked all the asses up and prosecuted them and thrown them in jail, including John Lewis. She would have been out there with that billy club, bopping his ass in the head with it. Let's stop playing. Kamala Harris ain't no damn civil rights rider. You understand? And then miss me with the black girl magic and the black woman magic. Yo, don't forget, I put up some tweets because we keep the receipts. I put up tweets earlier that we were tweeting about her a few years ago when she was out here in California. Them black mothers she was locking up because of truancy laws. If the kids were missing school or whatever, she was going to lock up the parents. So she was locking up black mothers doing that. She was locking up black women doing that if their kids couldn't make it to school. Now, there were some situations where there were kids who were sickly, like kids who had sickle cell and certain things like that. And people just, the kids are sickly. You just can't take them to school sometimes. They have little episodes. So it was little situations like that where they were like, oops, that's truancy. We're going to go after the parents. So she was cockeying and kikiing about that. Where's the black girl magic in that? We don't owe her nothing. Be very clear. All right, we got a lot of people in here. Let's get Kimla back. Let's try some of these people in here. Let's get IGZ clothing. Um, IGZ,
Yo, what's going on, Tariq?
how you doing, brother?
It's good, man. Listen, I saw you a microphone check. I loved it.
Thank you.
Um, I'm trying to get the I'm probably gonna get the DVD so my nieces can watch it since they're here with me for now.
Yeah,
Um, I actually caught Dana with Judge Joe Brown later tonight. Actually, before they actually closed the room, he literally said that he met her parents and they're Indian.
yeah.
Both
No,
of
I
them
know the
Indian.
mom is 100%. Yeah,
No, the father was born in Jamaica, but he's Indian.
yeah. I'm trying to see what's going on with that dad. His name is Harris, Donald J. Harris. So I'm trying to see what's going on with that. But yeah, that dad. That's why they've been real sketchy about that dad and his lineage and his background. Yeah, because he don't look like the typical Jamaican. I've been all over Jamaica. He don't look like those Jamaicans.
I'm in New York and I see him every day.
Yeah, he'll look shit like them
He don't
Jamaicans
look
over there.
nothing like no Jamaicans.
I done been to every damn corner of Jamaica, Kingston, Ultra Rios, Montego Bay, all over. None of them motherfuckers look like him. You understand?
No,
So
yeah,
yeah,
no one looks like him. So I'm just saying, like Judge Joe Brown, he literally gives a whole backstory. That I think her mother somebody in his family that knows them, and he got a chance to actually sit down and speak to her mother and father, and he gave up the backstory how they come from. He comes from an Irish back. He comes from an Irish background.
yeah.
Some other nonsense. He used to own slaves, and but that he's Indian. They're both Indian.
Yeah. The descendants. Well, he didn't own slaves, but the family,
Yeah, yeah,
somebody in the
yeah,
family did
yeah.
back in the 1800s, something like that. So I've heard that story too. But yeah, him being a quote unquote Jamaican. Yeah, that's because they're Asians over there who are Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? So they've been very vague about that guy's true ethnicity. But yeah, they ain't from our ethnicity, our ethnic group. They're not from us. So when they come over here with all of that sister girl and she's walking around with hot sauce, you better put that on some damn tandoori chicken. Kimla Black.
Yeah, how you doing, man? How are you?
I'm good, brother.
Um,
Where you calling from, Kimla?
right now I'm in Spain. Right now I'm in Spain, but I used to live in New York. And we used to talk a lot back then. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay.
Um,
What you
yeah.
doing in Spain?
Just vacation, and I moved there short term. Good weather. Good food.
Yeah. Well, I don't
So
know that food. I didn't like the food over there. That food over there in Spain wasn't that good.
it's,
Now, how long you been over there?
so initially I went to grad school here, and I moved back to New York, and I decided to move back with my family. So I've been here for like a year. It's not bad. It's a little bit more peaceful. It's chill. Well,
What part
I
of
try to
Spain?
go
What part of Spain are you in?
of Valencia.
Valencia. That is, where's Valencia? Is
it's,
that where's Valencia?
it's very close to Madrid. It's like maybe like 2 hours from Madrid.
Okay. Like in the central Spain area, right?
Exactly the central, the central.
How far are you from Toledo?
Like about 2 hours. Toledo is pretty nice too. It's very Asian city.
Yeah, I've been. Did I go to Valencia? We were staying in Madrid. I went to Toledo. I went to Cordoba. I went to Grenada.
Yeah, these are really nice places. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what's on your mind, bro?
So I do agree with you about Kamala. I think she's not black. Obviously, she's Indian. But also, I wanted to ask for your advice about our sister that got shot. So what do you think? You think black people should stop calling 911? Would you say just get a gun, protect yourself, and don't call 911? What do you think? Because this keeps happening, no?
Yeah. No, I mean, we should be able to utilize 911. We should be able to utilize the services because we pay for it. That's the
Exactly.
thing. We pay for it, and here's the thing: if there's a burglar in the house, and then we pop them in self defense, and they're like, "Well, how come you didn't call us?" Well, damn it, I didn't want to get popped by you. So what are we gonna do? So this, what we need. This is why it's very important for us to get a damn anti-black hate crime bill. That's why this is important, so that we can fall back on that bill if we have to protect ourselves. Because this whole thing, people run around, these politicians talking about how this America is not racist. No, it is racist. It's dominated by white supremacy, and that's a problem. And these white supremacists are usually some people working in law enforcement. Then they have a green light to office. So yes, we are dealing with white supremacy. We don't need people going out here lying and lying to the international public. We need a hate crime bill specifically for us. So the minute you harm us, that hate crime bill, we can fall back on that legally. Yeah, in case we have to defend ourselves. See, that's why they're funny style about giving it to us, because they understand once it's in place, we can enforce it. We ain't got to wait on 911. We can enforce that. Yeah. Because that will justify and verify that there is a threat to us. So anytime we start talking about protective justice for us, notice how the conversation always gets diverted into, well, what about black on black crime? If you're gonna get a hate crime, is that going to include black on black crime too? They start talking that nonsense. Yeah, no, just stop letting people redirect the focus. We got to get a crime bill for us. That's going to protect us. That's why I ain't voting for a damn thing until we get something concrete for us. And speaking of that, for the Democratic shills, they're sending their minions. And I told y'all right around election season, um, the Democrats, well, they're going to send their minions out and they're going to start throwing my name in the mix. They do this every election season. Um, remember, they had Tiffany Cross on TV mentioning me by name. Hey, y'all stop listening to people like Tariq Nasheed. Don't listen to him. They got this other moist, buck-broken Democratic shield, this journalist named Ernest Owens. He's a super sassy Sambo who's married to some dude. And he's one of the Democratic shills. They get one of these loud, sassy Sambos to do a lot of shilling for them. And they had him put up a tweet. His tweet says, mainstream media, before y'all begin these interviews with black men and voting for Kamala Harris, a brief list of individuals who don't speak for or represent black male voters. Number one, Charlemagne the God. Number two, Van Jones. Number three, Tariq Nasheed. Number four, Judge Joe Brown. Number five, Sean King. Then it says also third party voters who don't like any candidate, unregistered voters in the barbershop, random rapper paid for by Trump, random black male podcasters. So they had their super sassy Sambo throw my name in the mix. They always got people out here talking about don't listen to me. Don't listen to Tariq. Oh Lord, don't listen to him. Listen to us Democratic shills lie to you. So who you gonna listen to? Who's gonna make more sense? Let's be real. Who's gonna make more sense? Some sassy Sambo who's getting butter biscuits thrown to him by the Democrats, or somebody who don't give a damn about neither political party, and I'm only thinking about the best interests and the tangible interests of people within the foundation of Black American community. And I've always stood on that. Who you gonna listen to? There's a reason why these Democrats, remember, they tried to put together a reparations rally right next to ours, you see, with millions of dollars backing them. They put together a reparations rally the same day as ours with millions of dollars backing them. And many political candidates backing them, the Democratic Party, and only a dozen or so people showed up. And ours right across the street, we got thousands of people with none of that Democratic money or anything, all grassroots. So they take note of that. Oh, they take major note of that. They see those numbers. They like, oh, they see we ain't playing out here. The grassroots are not playing. This is what I'm saying. We got to understand the power we have as the grassroots. We got a lot of power, and when we get on code, see, they're not using. We're not doing the gender thing. We're not playing that gender game because that's how they try to divide us too. You see, when we had the rally for reparations, we had male, women, we had some LGBT people, people who are LGBT speaking. We had just everybody. So we couldn't, there's no divisiveness. Everybody put their blackness first. We were black first. You understand? We were all on code based on our blackness. And that's the thing they don't want to show. They don't want to see that. They can't play the whole where y'all were being divisive against this group. No, no, no. We were very inclusive. We had everybody up there representing blackness, particularly foundational black Americans and what we need and what we need to get tangibly. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get S. Sherry in here. Then we'll get Kanye. S. Sherry?
Hey, hey,
Somehow.
Tariq, how's it going, brother?
I'm good. What's going on, brother?
I know I'm just, just tuning in, listening, talking a good talk, man. I just wanted to just chime in for a quick second. At that time when Kamala Harris was actually district attorney out here in California, because I'm from Oakland,
Yeah.
she was the district attorney for San Francisco back in 2004 to all the way to 2011. And at that time, Governor Gavin Newsom was actually the mayor of San Francisco around that time. So there was um there was a lot of people being prosecuted. They said she oversaw over 1,900 cases, and like out of those 1,900, 45 people was convicted. Mind you, it was a few people that I know of in the community. I don't want to put the information out there, but they was convicted wrongfully actually by her over some weed cases, and one of them actually took her back to court and sued, I believe, the city of San Francisco, and I believe they went after the DA as well when she was working at that time, and won the case too. Um,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. She has a reputation, man. She was locking brothers and sisters up left and right out here in California, man. That's very well known. And let's be real. As since she's been in Washington in the White House or connected to the White House, and let's be for real. What has Kamala Harris done to help Black people? Let's just stop playing. What has that woman done to help Black people? Okay, let's not even give her that. What has she done to just speak up for Black people? Nothing. Every time she speaks about Black people, it has to be in the context of helping everybody. Well, we got the Affordable Health Care Home Act, and yeah, the Housing Act, where everybody who buys a home is going to get a $10,000 credit, and that's going to help Black people too. And we've lowered the price on insulin, and a lot of Black people be having diabetes, and that type of no. That woman ain't done nothing for us. It's always some old catch-all, lift-all boat bullshit where Black folks get insulin. We need insulin too. No, that's not helping us. Like I'm a throw some confetti and some of it'll land on you. So don't say we didn't forget about you. Some of the confetti landed on you too. Come on now, we didn't forget about you. No, 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 no. We're not rocking with Kamala Harris. Kanye, what's up, man?
What's going on with you, Tariq? I just want to say shout out to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. What's on your mind?
Congratulations on microphone check. I mean, I think people should definitely study all your documentaries. You told us about the situation way back in Hidden Colors with the benign neglect. Now they've managed to push it forward by getting a bill written up that they never gonna pass. This George Floyd Policing Act is just another example of benign neglect evolved into this century. Look, the lady said in her statement confirms what we already know. Well, what did we already know? You never spoke on police brutality against Black people.
Yeah,
She never done it a day in her life.
Yeah.
So this shit is just sad. It's the same little trick bag. So I just wanted to point that out, man. Thanks for
Uh,
having me. Have a
My
nice
man,
day, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Let's get Vivek. Let's get Vivek in here. Vivek, hop in, man. All right. Now, people, raise your hand only if you're ready. If you're ready to get in. All right, Vivek, unmute your microphone and speak, man. Unmute your microphone and speak. You got 3 seconds to unmute your microphone and go ahead and speak. No, what's your name? No, Mukum. Wait, no. What's your name? What is your
Yeah, it's
name?
Mocha Max. Yeah.
Okay, they got Vivek on here for some reason.
Oh, I don't know who the heck. Oh no, that's my old one. I changed that like days ago.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
okay. But what's going on, bro?
I got a question about Plies, DL Hughley, Roland Martin. Like, do these guys get paid for this?
I don't know. Now, Plies, he's really stomping hard for him. I don't know where Plies is coming from. DL, I like DL. DL is, I met DL. He's a cool guy. I disagree with a lot of stuff politically, but DL is generally he's a solid guy. Now, Roland is a complete hack, Democratic shill. Roland and the Bakari sellers and these guys, they've been trying to get jobs.
That's how
So,
Bakari crying
oh
on
yeah, even
that,
Bakari was
that was
crying. Well,
ridiculous.
these are the cryingest Negroes I've ever seen in my damn life. And every time Roland was about to cry, he was up in Papa Do's with a batch of biscuits, about to cry. Van Jones crying.
Van Jones cries every week. That was ridiculous. He's talking about
Oh my
Joe.
God,
That was
man.
insane.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's thank you, brother. But it's like that plantation thing. They get these Negroes out here crying for massa. Oh Lord Joe Biden. Oh Lord Massa Joe. Oh, don't leave me, Massa Joe. Takes me, Massa Joe. Eyes go. Don't you leave us, Massa Joe. Is that yo, Steven from Django ass dudes, man. That's not a good look at all. Yeah. All these Negroes crying. If y'all don't stop, man, we got to support Kamala because Massa Joe is, oh, he down bad. Massa Joe down bad. So we got to do it for Massa Joe. Massa Joe want us to support Kamala. Damn all of them. Let's get Blake Magic in here. Blake Magic. What's up, Blake? What's up, man? How are you, Blake?
Black society.
Right.
Okay, probably, you know, she's been like vice president and she really like kind of pleasing someone by doing all that, like pleasing the white supremacists. But now she's coming for president and she's going to have a bigger say. So don't you think it would be wise for black people to vote her in this time?
No. Why? Why can't she do something now?
Yeah, because vote she's coming as the president, not the vice president. So
As the
no,
vice president, Kamala Harris was loud and proud about doing something for the Asian community. She was up here bragging about passing the hate crime bill to protect Asians. She did that as vice president. What's
yeah,
stopping her from doing that for us?
yeah, but white supremacy see black people as a threat more than the way they see the Asians.
Uh huh.
So
Well, get
yeah, so
your ass.
probably
Well, get the white supremacists to vote for your ass. Don't come over here to us. Go holler at them. You see how that works? Since you
no,
the white
yeah,
supremacists got right.
that's
Let
what I'm saying. Trying to
listen.
say like she's following orders by being a vice president.
Let them vote your ass in. Let them vote you in. Don't come to us. If you're jumping and dancing to the tune of the white supremacists, then let them vote you in and get out of our damn face. Don't come around to black churches and you doing the Dougie and you putting hot sauce on greens and all of that. I'm just making you your tandoori chicken and going about your business. All right. Thank you. I don't want to hear that. That's that old shit we dealt with Barack Obama. Well, no, we got to give him time now. This chess, not checkers now. We got, Barack ain't, he gonna do something a little later. He got to chill now. You got to understand the strategy. He got to strategize. Stop. He strategized his skinny, moist ass out of the White House without doing a damn thing. He ain't said none in the White House and ain't said none outside the White House. You dig? I'm cool. I don't want to hear all of that. Let's vote him in and hope for the best. Let's get Yasmin. Let's get Yasmin. I kind of feel this is a Democratic shield. Yasmin, are you a Democratic shield?
No, I'm not a Democratic shield. I am right leaning. I do not agree with anything that the Democrats say, except for LGBTQ. But I will be voting for. I will be voting for the great Kamala Harris, the first strong, independent Black woman as president. And you know why I call her the great? Because I don't agree with her politics. It's because she mass incarcerated you niggas. She got you niggas locked up, black men, and didn't get demonized for it. She will always be the great Kamala Harris.
Right, and speaking of black men, she buck broke you as a black man.
I'm
Look
a
at you.
trans woman, boo.
So
Don't
what
make
you
me
a
call Big Umar on you, Tariq.
well,
Did you
you
see
got
Dr.
you
Did you see
got buck
Dr.
broke.
Umar live stream?
No, I didn't see all that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he
you
said he
got
was.
but you got buck broken, brother. I mean, damn. So
Dr. Umar Johnson said he was going.
but you got buck broken, my guy. How does that work? How
He
do you feel?
said Tariq Nasheed.
Hold on. Well, no, because you're trying to gossip like you're not a woman. You're trying to gossip like a woman. Come on now, let's man up and let's talk man to man. You got buck broken,
Oh, you
sir.
want?
Sir, my brother.
We can
How
have a
does that?
civilized dialogue, Tariq. You don't have.
I don't have to do what, sir. Go ahead, brother.
You don't have to mute me. I'm not going to overtalk you. But I
All
heard about
right.
you in Atlanta. You talk about butt broken. They call you Tariq when licious because you was sucking dick in Atlanta. Tariq when
Delicious. Lord, boy, y'all queens be really fantasizing, sir. T.S. Giselle, is this one of your people? Sir, y'all be want everybody to be moist with you. Sir, stop fantasizing. Let's be real.
So why
You
you
got,
always?
let's slow down, sir. How does it feel being buck broken by the establishment, sir? How come you couldn't fight like a man, so you had to choose to be a woman? How does that feel, sir?
You don't
Huh? Hmm? Come on, Yasmin. Yasmin.
stop muting me. Let me get one sentence out.
Hold on, Yasmin, because you got on this damn Lion King wig. Come on, man. Yasmin. You're down bad, brother. Come on. I can't, yeah, I can't even
Yeah, that
pretend.
nasty ass hair in your head, nigga. You shouldn't be talking.
Come on, man. You got tumbleweed fur on your head, brother. Come on, my
You
dude.
sound like a faggy talking.
You got tumbleweed. You got a Sally's Beauty Supply, a 1999 Say My Name Beyonce wig.
That's why you can't walk down the street.
Come on, Yasmin. What's your government name? Leroy or some shit. You look country. A big old buff country nigga with a Celine Dion wig on. Come on, brother.
That's why you niggas get.
You're not. No. You're not fooling.
Stop beating me, bitch.
Did you say that's why niggas get shot? Well, somebody need to shoot your wig
You get
off.
shot in your back, bitch, while you walk down the street.
Well, somebody they can't shoot you because that wig is bulletproof. All right, so you're gonna be safe.
Yo,
You dig? The person who shot Trump, they were aiming for your wig. All right, they thought Trump's hair was your wig, so
oh,
that's what
Tyreek,
happened.
you can
All
take
right,
bullets, but you can't take a joke, bitch. Calm down.
I know. Calm down, Jasmine. Calm down. Calm down. They were aiming for your pussy because it's real
Stop
wide.
me.
It's real wide and it has a bullseye. So that's what they were aiming for, sir. And
I can't even.
anyway, Yasmin, thank you so much, my brother. All right. Oh goodness, he's been Poor fella's been buck broken. Let's get our brother Afro Elite in the building. Brother Afro, what's up, sir? I'm good. How are you, man?
This whole thing with Kamala Harris. I think that all of this sudden black support that they're claiming that she's garnering, having 44,000 black women on a Zoom call, I think all of that is fake. I don't believe any of that whatsoever.
Me either. I think it's all.
Kamala,
Yeah.
Kamala did not have nearly this much black support. She didn't have any black support at all when she ran the first time.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, she has thousands of black women donating and millions of people throwing millions of dollars at her left and right and all these endorsements. That doesn't make any sense. She's not any more likable to black people than she was 4 years ago when she ran. When
Oh yeah.
she ran 4 years ago, she was trying to be this black girl and on this black girl magic and was completely ignored. Now, all of a sudden, she has tons of black support and she's an icon in the black community. I don't believe it. I don't believe that at all.
Exactly. And again, my thing is when she loses in November, they're gonna blame black men. They're already setting it up. They're already getting the talking points out there that black men are hating. It's really a bunch of black women who's really supporting her, but most black men, except the boule, are hating on her. Yeah. So they're gonna start blaming us when she loses, and I ain't got a problem with it. To be honest, I do not have a problem with it. All right, let's get Ben in here. Ben in the building. Let's get some of these new faces.
Hey, hey, what's up? The great Tariq, man.
What's
I'm
up,
proud of you. You
my
do
man Ben?
movies.
My
Hey, what's
brother.
up? Yeah,
What
yeah.
what
You
city
do,
you in, Ben?
huh?
What city you in, brother?
I'm in Miami, Florida, man.
Shout out to Miami, man. What's on your mind, Ben?
Hey, you know what? But Kamala Harris did spend her money to come down and campaign for Gillum, who was running for governor in Florida several times.
Yeah.
So, so she has to be given credit on that. She did work the Democratic machine, and they moved her up to vice president. However, she is not a descendant of American chattel slavery.
Right.
I do believe she can claim to be black, but she's not a descendant of American chattel slavery.
Right. But yeah, I'm not. We're giving her credit for just going down there campaigning for another Democrat. I don't see how that's going to incentivize us to go out and to support her. So, and Gillum, we know his story. We know Gillum's get down. Don't let him get into a hotel room with some white boys. There's going to be strange stains on the sheets. Yeah. So yeah, that's not a that's not a plus. That's not a selling point. We know what his get down is. Let's get BJ85LA.
Hey, what's going on with you, man? How you doing, brother Tariq?
I'm good, my friend. What city you in, bro?
I'm in South Los Angeles. I'm a grassroots organizer for an organization in South LA.
Cool. So
And
what's the organization?
I'm with the organization called SCOPE, Strategic Concept and Organizing Policy Education. It was started by a brother by the name of Anthony Thigpen, and he created the California Black Power Network as well as the Million Voters Project.
Okay. Are you guys clicked in with the
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah, I was saying, are you guys clicked in with the Democrats?
So we are C3, so we really don't support any Democrat. We really focus on policy and educating the black community about policy that's gonna hurt or harm the community or what's in our best interests. And so, we preach the message that if we don't have a seat at the table, then we always gonna be what's on the menu. And
So
so we try to,
policy,
influence.
what are the policies you guys are promoting? Because that'll let you know who's funding some of this stuff. What
So
policies are you funding?
So right now, one of the main policies we're focusing on is phasing out oil drilling in South LA. So it's not necessarily a policy. So that's one of the actions that we really focus on, oil drilling, and then we focus on teaching folks about the new 25 bill that's coming up.
Well, that 2025.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that y'all funded by the. Yeah, they are.
So
Yeah.
so we have private funders, and then most of our members account for their share or part of paying for the organization.
Also, what's your guys' stance on immigration?
So the stance on immigration, being that we focus in South LA, so we are a Black and Brown organization, and
Uh,
so yeah,
uh,
yeah, there you go. So
I knew it. I knew that. Who's Hispanic? Are the Hispanic people running the organization?
no, so we have members that's Black and Brown because of the demographics of LA. My job specifically is to recruit Black members to be a part of the organization, which was started by a Black man in South LA after the 1992 uprisings.
Yeah. Now is he still a part of it? Is he still around?
So he moved to organize throughout the state. So we focus mainly on issues throughout South LA where we talk about climate. We focus with we work with the South LA Ecolab, building the Slauson corridor and getting grants to fix up the city and create more green spaces in South LA, and try to tackle the issues around creating more healthier options than like where we stay at is mainly like a food desert. So we're trying to get more farmers markets throughout South LA.
Now, how many LBGT people are on your board over on there with the
I'm not. You know what? I'm not necessarily sure exactly how many is on the board, but I know it's a couple for sure.
right? LA is funny like that, man. You don't get no funding unless you have some LGBT people, the brown thing. You got to have some immigrants. That's the only way an organization with Black folks get any funding in LA or California. It's real funny style. And much respect, I'm not knocking you. I hope you're successful at what you do, but I want people to know, and this is why, family, we're going to have a big fundraiser for the Hidden History Museum, because black, just straight up, when you just want to be black, you ain't mixing nothing with nobody else. The funding dries up. There's no funding for that. We're telling you from experience, 100% black owned entities in California, well, they are starved out from the grants because there's a gazillion dollars earmarked for diversity, minority, people of color, all of that stuff. We're supposed to get all of that. We don't get a dime. Literally nothing, 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 nothing. We don't receive anything. And we serve the community more than most of these people. Yeah. We get the most notoriety. We have our events popping the most. We've done so much for the community and don't get one dime in grant money because we don't have all of that, the DEI stuff. Because DEI means Latino, immigrant, LGBT. That's what DEI really means. All of these other groups who ain't black. So we don't really have all that. We just, keep it black. Our brothers and sisters over at Redstone Firearms, that's another black-owned business. They're being run out of their place. They're getting evicted from there. They had a very successful gun shop, one of the most successful ones in the West Coast. They played the paperwork game with them and got them out the paint. And from what I understand, they got vandalized the other day, if I'm not mistaken. Do who is Nicety girl in here? I know Nicety is out here. Is Nicety you in here, beloved? Is it true they got vandalized? I need to holler at Jonathan. I think I heard they got vandalized, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to speak on just hearsay, but from what I heard, they got vandalized the other day in the process of them being basically evicted from their spot. So we go through a lot as black businesses out here. So when the guy told me about all this grant money and all of that, I said, "Oh, they must have LGBT people on the thing because we're applying for grants." They were asking us that. We're getting questionnaires and they were asking, "What's the sexual orientation of such and such?" and "Do you identify as non-binary?" And these were mandatory questions. I'm like, "What the hell?" So it's funny style out here, man. All right, let's get zero cold tolerance. And then we'll get Harriet Tubman's pistol after that. I see Harriet Tubman's pistol raising the hand, but zero cold. All right, zero cold
Hey,
tolerance.
hey, Tariq.
Hey, what's going on, man?
I just want to first say, I just want to first say thank you for advocating for reparations. That's like the main reason why I support you and follow you and all that. Nobody really else is doing it. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Now, where are you from? You sound like a white gentleman. Where are you from?
Yeah, I get that a lot. I'm from Washington State. I'm just like born and raised here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
So
are you?
I just have one
Hold
question.
on. Are you a black man? Are you an immigrant? Where are you from?
I'm half black, half native.
Okay. Like Indian, like Vivek Indian?
No, a native, like
Uh,
indigenous.
Okay. What tribe?
Like Coastal Salish.
Okay. You're half black and half white. That means you're somebody. Is it your dad who's supposed to be
My
a part of
mom.
your mom? Okay. So your mom is probably a $5 Indian white woman. What part? What part? Of Europe, what part of Europe is her family from?
Sorry.
What part of Europe? What part of Europe is your mom's family from? Part of her family.
I don't know. She's native. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just have one question. Thank you for
Go
putting me
ahead.
on stage. Do you believe the Republican Party is the path to reparations?
Um, I don't know. Any one of them can do it.
Yeah,
Any one of them can do it. So um, it's not a party issue. It's an issue that we got to push because if you ask somebody in the 1960s, would Lyndon B. Johnson be the path to civil rights? Everybody would have said no because he was a hardcore anti-black racist who openly used the N-word.
yeah.
But the streets put that pressure on everybody, so he was the one who actually passed the civil rights bill. So um, I don't put anything on any particular party. It's all about the circumstances and how much we're going to campaign and pressure people to put policies in place that benefits us. So that's what it's about. But go ahead.
Yeah. That was my only question.
There you
That's it.
go.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Harriet Tubman's pistol in the building.
Peace, power, and reparations. How you doing, Tariq?
I'm good, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very good. I just wanted to tell you that I appreciate everything you doing, and I wanted to talk about one thing. I wanted to get your thoughts on one thing. Um,
Yes.
I wanted to talk about how Kamala Harris is a AKA out of Howard, and how the Divine Nine is being used as political capital against our people, and how they're going to vote in mass for the most part. Can't speak for all of them to vote for Kamala Harris just off the basis that she's black, but not advocate for specific policies and political change for our communities, and how they're putting their allegiance to their fraternities and their sororities before the forward progress of our people.
Yeah. And a good observation. Here's the thing. See, the problem is that's not going to galvanize the grassroots because what happens is a lot of these fraternities, and some of them are cool. I'm not knocking your fraternities, but a lot of times, um, many of them, not all, but many of them come across as somewhat elitist. Like, okay, we are in this fraternity and we're not a part of you guys. We're different from you guys. So we got our own thing over here. And, we're the talented 10th. Some of them are on that. So the general grassroots are, from a political standpoint, are kind of turned off from that. That's why Roland and those guys, they can't really galvanize the grassroots. Roland is all about the boule and his fraternity and Greek this, Greek that, and that doesn't translate in the streets. That's why when Roland and those guys show up, people run them off the damn block. Have y'all seen videos of Roland getting ran off the block? They done rolled his little chunky ass right off the block. Like, man, get on up out of here. We ain't rocking with you. See, the real problem they have is people like me and others who do get a lot of grassroots support. You understand? Roland, and let's be real, Roland and some of those fraternities, they can't. And no, I'm not knocking fraternities. I'm not knocking you. The Q Dogs, shout out to the Qs. Shout out to all these guys. AKAs, I used to date the AKA women back in the day in my younger days. I love the AKA women back in the day. But the thing is, they can't really galvanize the grassroots like that. Not really. Not really. Can't really galvanize the grassroots. Like people like me and others who I don't have no allegiance to, no Boule and no Greek organization, and none of that stuff. It's all about the people. I'm all concerned about the community as a whole. And we've done work for the community that's been undenied. So we can galvanize large numbers of people from a grassroots perspective because we've already done a lot. That's what they fear. That's why they always got to have the Boule class try to demonize and delegitimize us, the people who are real influencers. I wish my dog shut up, man. Lulu, shut your big ass up. But Lulu, my wife had to wash Lulu's ass because she went outside and attacked another damn skunk and got sprayed. Her big ass running around here smelling like a skunk. The whole backyard stank. So what did you bathe her with, dear?
It's a concoction of hydrogen peroxide, baking soda.
Some hydrogen peroxide, baking soda,
Dish soap.
and dish soap. Okay, it kind of.
Regular dog wash.
Oh, okay.
Skunk dog wash.
You use the skunk stuff.
You know, in there.
Oh, yeah. So now she's sleeping good because she got a good ass bath. She's snoring because she can breathe better with that skunk scent off of her. Well, yeah, my animals, they do the most. They're always in the backyard killing something, killing a lizard, skunk. They're attacking a skunk, and they attacked one skunk, and the skunk played dead. Then I had to go lift it up and take the shit in the front yard and. Yeah, I was about to spray me. I'm like, oh my God, it's a wild damn kingdom over here, man. Yeah, that skunk tooted his ass up at me. One time a skunk got in our garage. Oh yeah. Remember that? How did we get her out?
I just left it open and busy.
Because it was in there for a few damn days.
No, it was just the one night.
Really?
Because you left the garage.
Yeah.
I left it open and in the morning it was not there.
Yeah,
I was scared.
Yeah, we had a skunk in the damn garage chilling. And every time I walk up on it, it tooted that ass up at me. I said, oh, man, I'm not about to get sprayed.
What would you put on a human? Because I can't.
Yeah. Then I got to take a dog bath. All right.
Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who change the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.